When it comes to getting the best possible sound while watching our TVs or listening to our favorite Spotify playlists, you always want to be able to get the best possible sound out of each and every note. And believe me when I say that nothing can be more frustrating than having to put on a fantastic movie only to have it sound ruined, if you will, by such poor audio quality that you either have to crank it up to 100 to even hear the loudest parts, or it sounds as though the talking is muffled in a tunnel or whatever befalls any great sounding film. Which is why today, we're going to be going over the top 3 most popular Dolby Atmos soundbars that can end up turning that boring old movie or that lame playlist into a fantastical magical experience with a touch of a button. But before we get into all that, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up if you like what we do, plus subscribe to the channel for more amazing reviews and content just like this. So without further ado, let's get into it. Kicking off our list, we've got the Sony HT-G700. It might come as no surprise that Sony was going to find their way onto our list somehow, as they are by far one of the best sound system makers out there. From having great noise-canceling headphones to even having fantastic speakers on their TVs, it's no wonder why they get recommended by nearly everybody in the industry. And the Sony HT-G700 is no different. For starters, this Sony HT-G700 is really more of a package deal, with you getting both a soundbar as well as a separate subwoofer, which does help to enhance the bass on your movies, which honestly is just a great addition because I'll be honest, it kills me whenever you're having to nearly lean into the TV so you can hear what the actors are saying in those super quiet and tense moments. Now, as far as the soundbar itself, this puppy is roughly the width of an average 49-inch television and will sit low enough not to get in the way of your screen. Along the top of the bar, you will find touch-sensitive buttons, which allow for the normal soundbar options like power, input select, Bluetooth and volume, and there's even a remote control with dedicated buttons for the soundbar's various sound modes, which is super great if you just want to be lazy and chill on the couch without ever having to get up. In terms of the sound though from the bar itself, you can bet your bottom dollar that you're going to be getting some of the richest and most fulfilling sounds that you'll ever hear from a sound system. Seriously, the Sony HT-G700 really does a super fantastic job in being able to dig in, if you will, to the sounds and be able to give you that experience of really being there in the middle of the action. Not to mention that the added subwoofer is not just another subwoofer like so many that are just going to crank up that bass and muddy the voices of the characters on screen, or maybe even blow up your house with overly obnoxious rumbling. But instead, both pieces work more or less in tandem, where you do get that very well-rounded sound that can absolutely give you a chance to have a balanced atmosphere. By the way, today's sponsor is Total AV. Total AV is consistently the top choice to be able to protect all of your household devices, computers, laptops, and smartphones from any sort of viruses, malware, and hackers. You can check the description for our full review along with an exclusive 80% discount. Next on our list, we have the Sonos Beam. If rivalries existed in the soundbar space, then you're looking at none other than Sony's rival to its HT-G700, and that is the Sonos Beam. When talking about superior sound and quality, you've got to give credit where credit is due with how well the Sonos Beam is not only built, but also just how great the performance of the sound is. The biggest advantage here is that you will find with the Beam that it is absolutely small, light, and fit easily into most living rooms, which is so unlike many other TV speakers, which require a lot more space and practically weigh as much as a heavy log. Because I personally have dealt with a lot of soundbars in the past, and so many of them were just so massive and could have doubled as a submarine in both weight and size. But with the Sonos Beam, you'll be getting a very compact and very lightweight bar, coming in at just 25 inches long and 6 pounds. But don't let that size fool you, because unlike many other soundbars that you would find in size and weight of this range, you're not going to have to worry about getting some poor quality of sound, but instead, you're going to be getting fantastic theater-level sound quality with 4 full-range drivers, 1 tweeter, and 3 passive radiators. Plus, there's 5 Class D amplifiers, making every note that you hear from your movies or music is just going to be like really being there in the middle of it all. And what is super nifty as well about the Sonos Beam is that there is also a wireless multi-room speaker which can play music from almost any source. Plus, you can have it talk to any other Sonos products that you have in your home, allowing you to play the same music or listen to the same audiobook as the one in your kitchen, dining room, or even the garden room or outdoor patio. So there is no need to lug around one giant piece of equipment from room to room like you maybe would with a boombox or stereo speaker. Rounding out our list of the top 3 most popular Dolby Atmos speakers is the Vizio SB2920. Just like with Sony and their HT-G700 soundbar, we've got yet another household name that many folks already know, at least for their televisions, and maybe less about their audio options, and that is Vizio with their Vizio SB2920. The Vizio SB2920 comes in at just a mere 29 inches, and can be easily wall-mounted, placed on a shelf, or put on a tabletop without obstructing smaller televisions. Because the name of the game here for Vizio is really to go for that heard but not seen look, which is so different from many other soundbars that are just so massively big, and they just throw off the look of the home with being a giant black bar which is just, there, sitting on your TV or on a table where you have the TV mounted. But with all that compact framework, you might be thinking there would be some loss of quality somewhere down the line. And that is where it's so not the case for the Vizio SB2920. For such a compact soundbar, this device can pump out 95 decibels of pure expansive sound and operates at pretty much every frequency level, from the lowest of lows to even the highest of highs, meaning that you won't be losing any sort of quality from having anything you throw at this bad boy. Another thing that is just so super cool about the soundbar alone is that the Vizio SB2920 does give you the ability to be able to hook up to an external wireless subwoofer, giving your sound the extra oomph and boost that your bass really needs to be able to take your listening experience to a whole other level. So there you have it, folks. Those are our top 3 picks for the most popular Dolby Atmos soundbars. Which one are you going to go out and grab for your next high-quality listening experience? Are there any Dolby Atmos soundbars that we missed which you think should have been on the list? Let us know in the comments section down below, and as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Also, if you want to be able to check out more amazing product reviews by us, then click on one of these videos here to be able to learn more.